down at the Art Gallery on Salt Spring Island. We're at Stefanich Fine Art Gallery, and Matt's going to tell me about this one particular artist.
Norval Morrisseau was a well-known Canadian artist, passed away in 2007. Ojibwe, born in Ontario, had an amazing life, one that if it was turned into a movie would have to be at least 8 hours long. He was a pioneer. He created an art form that prior to him didn't exist. It's what's known as the Woodland School or the Woodland style of art. It depicted a lot of the Ojibwe mythology and legends, which he got a lot of heat for from his elders because they felt that depicting or explaining what was their legends and mythology to the outside world was a betrayal of what they were, was their culture.
Oh, the oral, he basically took the oral language and made it into art.
That is correct, that's exactly right, and based on all the legends and mythologies of the Ojibwe.
So you knew him quite well?
I did get to know him actually. I got to know him in his lifetime. He actually was standing or sitting in his wheelchair right where you're standing at one point, about 6 months before he died.
Well, where did he live?
Nanaimo is where he was last living. He lived all across the country. He was well known as he never stayed anywhere too long, although he was in Nanaimo for quite a few years before he died.
So you dealt with him for how long?
I first met him in 1994, and then I've been dealing with his work for about 20 years since I owned the gallery. Very first painting I ever bought was a Morrisseau painting before I got into the business. Bought and sold it and made some money and bought another one, and that got me into buying and selling art, and it also got me into Norval Morrisseau.
And the big news was last year you brokered a deal getting one into the National Gallery.
We sold a large painting that was an 8-foot by 6-foot painting called Conquest of the Thunderbird, which was painted in 1982 in Victoria.
Wow. In
Chinatown in Victoria, had a studio there, and it was just a magnificent piece, an absolute classic, and we were lucky enough to get the National Gallery interested, and it's now part of their permanent collection. So you bought a painting last year.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Matt.
You're welcome.